Alright guys, my name's Chris Gutierrez with Code 3 Motors, longtime paramedic and power stroke mechanic. I got a 2012 E350 with only 105,000 miles. The coach builder is Lifeline. It is a remount. The box is an '08 that was put on a 2012 chassis. It's in really nice shape. It's got a great configuration. I like the way that it's laid out. The compartments are big and roomy. So we're going to give this thing a walk around tour on the outside. We're going to go through all the outside compartments. We're going to jump in the patient compartment. We're going to go over everything back there, over every switch. We're going to get in the cab, go over all the Ford stuff, and then we're going to go for a test drive. And I think you're going to be pretty excited about this thing. It's got some scratches on the paint. You'll notice on the door. There are some scratches in different spots, but those areas that aren't scratched are really shiny, really good condition. It's a darker color red instead of the kind of typical fire engine bright red. It's kind of, I don't know, got a more of an elegant look to it with the black reflective stripe. That stripe is reflective, that black stripe. Something that you might be excited about, it's unleaded. It's not a power stroke. So that means no turbo, no EGR cooler, no DEF fluid. So it doesn't have the oomph, doesn't have the power that a power stroke has, but it still gets good, great gas mileage. It's a V8 unleaded motor, and just the fact that you don't have to deal with EGR cooler, EGR valve in the turbo, those are the things that I repair most often on a power stroke. All of those things are removed from the equation, so you've just got a standard unleaded motor, and I've seen these things have 500,000 miles on them. So this particular motor, and we're just starting to see that. This came out in 2011 is when they came out with the unleaded motor. When Ford stopped using the power stroke in the van. They continued to use them in the truck, but the van was discontinued in 2011. And so we're just, now starting to see what kind of mileage that some of these unleaded ambulances have. And I've got two that have well over 300,000 miles. One has over 400,000 miles. So this one only has 105, so it's got plenty left in it. And let's start going through the compartments. You'll notice this first one is the O2 compartment. There's your O2 tank holder. It's got the regulator. You will notice it's got a high pressure line. The reason it has a high pressure line is because it has a gauge on the wall. It's electronic. It'll alarm when it gets below 100 psi to tell you, hey, it's time to switch over to portable O2. You're almost out in the house. And then it's got emergency shut off if you need to reach through the reach through area and turn it off. Shoreline connection is right there. All these graphics, if you don't want it to say, if you're going to run this as a BLS rig, you don't want it to say paramedics, or you just don't like this font or this color font, we can remove that, no problem. We can remove the FDNY 911 sticker. Some people like that stuff, so we left it on for now. Little compartment, this would be a great spot for turnouts, helmet, boots, jacket, gloves, whatnot in there. Big space here, extrication equipment or whatever you want to put in there. There's a little shelf. All these compartments light up if the key was on. I have it off so I don't have to compete shouting over the motor. Another big space here. Restock supplies, extrication equipment, whatever you want to put there. We'll get in the back in a second. Backboard compartment, super huge, okay, really big. You could put a ton of backboards. You could put a person here. You could even put a scoop stretcher in here, folding flat. Might be able to fit a Stokes basket in here. It's so big. But I don't know that usually your engine will carry you that for you. And then again, this could be the passenger side, turnout equipment, boots, helmet, jacket, whatnot, SCBA. And then you have this compartment. Here we got a battery, 3 batteries in a slide out tray, Those are fine. This is a turnkey ambulance. There's nothing that this thing needs. Here's your compartment for all your jump bag, your portable oxygen, portable O2, or portable suction rather, your monitor, everything you're taking into your rescue. I really like the way this ambulance is laid out. You'll notice it's got a stair chair compartment. I don't know that you could fit a Stryker stair chair in there. Definitely it could fit a Furno, but I have a feeling a Stryker will fit in there because this is way taller than it needs to be for a Furno. Furno stair chair only comes up to about there. So I wouldn't doubt it. I don't have a Stryker stair chair to put in there to see. If you want me to measure it, I can. But I know a Furno stair chair will fit in there no problem. And then you've got access from the inside to everything that's in this compartment. All right, let me fire it up so we got juice to the back. And just, you know what, while we're out here though, let me pop the hood and show you the motor real quick. Look at this though. Another thing is this ambulance came from San Diego, California. So there's no snow, barely any rain. So this thing is completely rust free. And then when I pull it inside, I will, because I don't want to get on the dirt, I'll crawl underneath and I'll show you the undercarriage. It's spotless, man. I mean, there's no rust. The leaf springs have some rust color to them, but there's no real rust under there. And if you want to see that the tread is good too, I'm just trying to show you the frame that's back there. I'll give you a quick look. At that. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get. And then there's the tread. You can kind of see the leaf springs back there. All right, let me pop the hood real quick. And we can just knock out all the outside stuff. Well, I still gotta light it up and all that, but now that I'm committed to opening the hood, let's just get that out of the way real quick. Let me set the camera down for a sec. Put the stick up. Okay, take a look at that. And we have not cleaned that. We don't clean undercarriages, and we don't clean motors, especially motors, because if you start spraying degreaser around things, then that's how you develop squeaky belts and whatnot when you get good grease off of where it should be. So you can see this thing's in fantastic, super clean shape. Everything looks good. Master cylinder looks new. I mean, even the transmission dipstick, usually you can barely read it. There's so much gunk on there. Yeah, well, here, this is a good sign right here. This is some probationary fireman, some boot that was out in the apparatus bay cleaning this thing, because when you see it this clean on the underside of the hood, you know that they've been taking good care of it. So let me put the stick back down. 1 second. All right, here we go. Let's fire it up. Get in the back, and we're gonna go over every switch. And oh, the key. Where is the key? Is it in my pocket? It's in my pocket. All right. Doesn't have the ferocious power stroke start to it, but it doesn't have the power stroke problems either. Oh, I also have a gurney, so it does come with the Stryker MX Pro. It's a 600 pounder. If you don't need a Stryker, or if you don't need a gurney, we can definitely take that off and shave a little bit off of the price. Shipping is included with this ambulance. If you don't want it shipped, if you're close by, you just want to fly in and drive it home, well, we can certainly shave off some money off the price that way too. But if you want it delivered to your door, the price is included with the sales price, and it's insured the whole way, and we do it every week. We're sending ambulances all over the country, all over the world actually. We send ambulances to Africa, not so much Europe, but Central America, Mexico. So we do that all the time. You'll notice the floor is in great shape. All of the cabinetry in great shape. None of the plexiglass doors are broken. And the upholstery, very nice shape. It's gray. There are no cuts, no holes. And I'll just give you a little overview before we start getting into it. All right. Oh, it also has floor mounts. You'll notice if you don't use a striker, it also has floor mounts for a Furno ProFlex, the one-man series. So for the one-man gurneys, this ambulance is equipped for those. So no matter what kind of gurney you have, this ambulance will accommodate it. So we've got our cabinets over here, up there, down there, a shelf for a monitor, typically, CPR seat. The back of that can come down if you want more counter space. I really don't think you need it though. You got a good amount of counter space, including over there. This is not a walk-through. You could get to the front. There's a big enough space there to climb over, but this wouldn't be considered a walk-through just because it has all of this. But in an emergency, if you needed to get away from your patient, you could climb in the front from back here. And then we've got the action wall here, and you got our suction, our O2 outlets. There's also one for the bench seat side, and all of our controls. Now you notice also over here in the corner, that is our O2 meter. That's going to show us digitally how much O2 we have left in the tank, which I really like that rather than having to look physically at the tank. And then also for the Shoreline, it'll show you how charged the batteries are over there. We've got some wiring here for Base Station Hospital. The antennas are still on the roof. Nothing wiring wise regarding the radios has been removed, so it would be plug and play. I can tell from the connections that it had a Motorola Astro radio back here and in the front. Let's see what. Oh yeah, so and we got, here's the jump seat with the integrated child seat. There behind the jump seat, or where the electronics are, you can see those red lights on the relay board. That is where all of the bus bars are, the solenoids and everything for making everything work. There's another compartment behind the driver's seat where all the radio heads would go. All the wiring and antenna connections are located there. And then we got these shelving areas that are accessible from that outside door, and a little bin area there, and this little shelf for whatever you want, maps, map books, whatever you carry. There's a lockable narcotics locker right there with a key to lock it. And let's get into, let me close these doors so the traffic isn't as loud, and then we can see better the lighting. All right, so let's go over to the action wall. So if we want heat, and then this is how you adjust the speed selector. Kind of sounds like a video game. The fan speed there. Oh, it's got some presets. That's nice. Oh no, this is the temperature. Oh, I got it. So you dial in your temperature there. Your fan speed is low, medium,